All right, so let's make another video. And I've been listening to a few different podcasts, and it made me curious about what the internet, ChatGPT specifically, says are the top 10 most asked questions about how to lose fat. Because it seems like there's a lot of misinformation or a lot of influencers on the internet that are trying to sell you a product, trying to get their views. They don't really care about you as an individual. They just care about making money, right? So, top 10 most asked questions about how to lose fat. Number one, what is the best way to lose belly fat? You cannot target a specific area when we're losing body fat. I would say um, that would only be possible when we're looking at like sub 5% body fat. Now you can start trying to be specific about where you lose it using peptides. That would be, and even then, it's pretty dangerous. There are some out there, but it's like if you're putting it too close to an organ, it might damage that organ as well. So I wouldn't do anything like that. Um, those waistbands that have the topical ointment that makes you sweat more, you're just losing uh, water. So when you drink water again, you're going to fill back out, and sometimes even a little bit more, just because of a cortisol dump. So best way to lose belly fat, just be in a calorie deficit. Uh, so calorie deficit, exercise, so get blood flow to the stomach. So overall, full body training, resistance training. um, you can use cardio for health, not for fat loss, in my opinion, but keep it in for health and longevity, and clean up the foods that you're eating in your diet. So less processed foods, uh, keeping things in moderation in your diet. So again, I don't think seed oils are the greatest for us, but you can't expect to get rid of every single seed oil. So you just moderate what you can and you go from there. But that's going to be your four best ways to lose belly fat. Um, we'll throw in a fifth one, sleep. So adequate amount of sleep. So sleeping helps to control cortisol. It can help with uh, using body fat as energy at the day, because if your natural growth hormone is being released, it's going to want to utilize body fat, the fatty acids, as energy and not really focus on the carbohydrates that are stored in your body. So going to bed, not fasted, like semi fasted, you can still eat something. I would just avoid like high fatty foods, high carbohydrate foods right before going to bed. If you're trying to eat something just to satisfy you, stick with high protein foods. That way, your body can use the fatty acids, so the fat that your body already has, to use energy while you're sleeping. Number two, how many calories should I eat to lose weight? Everyone's different, so you have to really track what you're eating now. So, in my opinion, don't change anything, right? Just track what you're eating. Be honest with yourself too. So, every liquid, every solid calorie, every snack, every piece of gum, if you really want to get nitty gritty. But just be honest with yourself, those snacks add up. So you start from there. And if you're gaining weight, then I would say take like a 5 to 10% reduction in calories overall throughout the day. And don't take it out from like you, I wouldn't say remove one meal. I would just take a little bit off of each meal. So that way you can have your food steady throughout the day. So you don't have any periods to where you're super hungry. So So, like for example, in the morning, a lot of people don't eat breakfast. That's cool. If you've always done that, and that's been you. But there's a certain point where maybe you binge or eat too much. And if that's midday, you probably should eat breakfast. If that's at night, then you should probably have a few smaller meals, early afternoon and late afternoon. So that way you don't feel like you need to binge at night. but a small reduction in calories. So I mean, we're talking like if you reduce calories like 300 calories a day, you add that up over 7 days. So it's 2,100 calories that you're going to be in deficit from where you were. That's just food. So that's like not even adding exercise, right? So 300 calories, you look at, I mean, that could be like a candy bar, right? If you snack like that, or it could be like two servings of like some sort of fruit juice or something, or it could be I'm trying to think of like what a lot of people eat. It could be, removing uh, 1/3 of your pasta uh, amount. So 300 calories, not a lot, but added it up over 7 days and a deficit is a lot. So you lose weight week by week, not day by day. Right. What exercises burn the most body fat? Ones that you enjoy. Just keep it simple in the beginning and just do them to your best ability when you first start. And then if you want to study more and look up online on how to have better form or perform these exercises better or hire someone that is athletic themselves. I don't recommend going to just like some Gold's Gym or EOS and getting a personal trainer that looks like they don't practice what they preach. That would be terrible. Um, but whatever is going to keep you in the gym, keep you excited, that's the exercise that you should do. And why I say gym is because I believe resistance exercises are going to be better than Orange Theory or running because they just really focus on that cortisol spike. And from my experience, you're not going to have the tone body that you want. You're going to have a like skinny fat look after a while. It's going to lose a lot of muscle. Uh, if you don't incorporate resistance training in in that, you can do both, but you just got to really moderate how intense that cardio exercise is. But it really just depends on the amount of lean tissue you have, so the amount of muscle. The more muscle you have, the more calories you need to maintain that muscle. Uh, and then you look better. So it's like you have like a bag and you put stuff in the bag and it pushes the bag away. You can see the silhouette or the formation of that bag. So that's kind of like that tonus of the muscles will press against the skin and you'll look more aesthetic. Uh, is cardio or weight training better for fat loss? I think weight training is better for fat loss, resistance training, same thing. And cardio is there for health. How long does it take to lose fat? That's dependent on the person. A lot of times you'll see a huge fall of like a huge drop in body fat or weight in general. But when we're looking at fat specifically, the reason why I asked about fat and not weight, because weight is muscle, bone, water, fat. So we're just focusing on fat. So that first big drop that you see on the scale is probably a lot of water too, assuming you're not just getting rid of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are not bad. They are your friend for when you're exercising in the gym. So person dependent, man. But I mean, you're looking at like 1 pound per week to 1.5 per pound per week. That's going to be sustainable. And again, that very first month, you might see a bigger drop of like 2, 3, 4 pounds a week, but then it'll kind of plateau out, flatten out. And then the longer you stay at it, the the more fat loss over the period of time you'll have. What food should I avoid to lose fat? Uh, Things that are high in fat and high in carbs with little protein. So processed foods, right? And I wouldn't suggest eating like just eating an avocado, right? You're not eating an avocado and saying, "Oh, I'm getting 6 grams of protein from this avocado." I'm sorry, it's an incomplete protein source. I don't count them as protein. I count that as fat. So avocados are fat, they're not protein. If you enjoy peanut butter, which I think peanut butter is the worst nut butter out there, 'cause it's not even a nut, so the legume, you don't count the protein from peanut butter. That is your fat source. Same thing for vegetables or starches. They have maybe 1 gram of protein. You're not counting that. I don't care what MyFitnessPal or Chronometer whatever that app is. Well, those minute, incomplete proteins aren't going to get the job done, and just focus on what makes that food, like what macronutrient makes that food up. So is it fat, carbs, or protein? So the foods that I would avoid is just things that are highly processed, high in fat and carbs with little to no protein. You want to have a good amount of, in my opinion, uh, keep your protein the same every meal, and you could change the carbs or fat. So you add more. So if you have protein carbs, and keep the fats low. If you have protein fat, keep the carbs low. So if you want to do your before and after training, have your protein and carbs, that's the way I'd go. And then at night, let's say you're getting ready to go to bed, your last meal, have a higher fat, higher protein meal. It's more satisfying, and you might not have a drop in blood sugar, so you won't have like a need to eat something. Um, can I target fat loss in a specific area? Spot reduction. This is back to the top question. No, you cannot until you get below 5% body fat. And you can use peptides, which are, in my opinion, dangerous. So no, and you're looking at such a minute change in that specific area. Um, how much water should I drink to lose weight? Person dependent. I'm a taller guy, longer guy, bigger guy. I drink about 2 gallons of water a day, maybe more. Um, but everyone's different. So just drink when you're thirsty. Don't overthink it. Uh, right. Are fat burning supplements effective? If you are in a calorie deficit, weight training, and sleeping well, then yes, they are an effective tool. It is a tool in your tool belt to lose fat. If we're looking at supplements, whey protein or collagen protein or plant-based protein or all those together is a good way to get more protein into your diet. Protein uses more calories to break down and metabolize. So that's a good one. And you can use it any time of the day or night. So there's no stimulants in that. So fat burning supplements is probably stimulant based. Caffeine, yes, caffeine's a lipolysis supplement drug. So it is awesome. And you use it effectively whenever you need to use it. Before training really helps. Or if you have to get through the rest of your day, a midday pick me up is totally fine. You have yohimbine that can, that's an alpha 2 antagonist, androgenic antagonist. So it can stimulate more norepinephrine, kind of that fight or flight mode, but also can spike up cortisol. Synephrine, it's a beta 3 agonist. Yeah. These are off the top of my head. So that one helps with lipolysis as well. And it's like the breaking down the body fat. Uh, and it also controls bladder. Your like uh, like the need to go to the bathroom and such. You have the same beta 3 receptors there. Um, and uh, yeah, you have calorie burn, grains of paradise. You have trying to think of like all the other ones. InnoSlim. You have all these different supplements out there that can help using it before working out. Things that can mimic exercise. Those are always great. The ones slip in my mind what it is, but oh, mitoburn. That's what it is. So it mimics exercise in the body, so you can have a little bit more increase in calorie burning during that exercise. But again, this is going to be like the extra 1%, things that can help with fat loss. But I also see them as a tool to like boost mood. So a lot of them have some sort of PEA in there to help boost mood, and that's going to be something. controlling dopamine and serotonin, that's going to be a big game changer because when you're dieting, you are going to feel more moody or going to be distracted or sleepy. So if you can have a better attitude um, and and then reduce stress with like a Emodin or rhodiola or ashwagandha, holy basil, things like that to help you go to sleep at night and just keep cortisol lower at night. You want cortisol to be higher in the morning, wake you up, put sugar in your bloodstream, and then you want it to go back down for the night. We don't want it to go high and then drop down and spike back up during lunch and then kind of have this peak and trough. Don't want that. So Emodin is really good as well. It's like Quarter Block by Chemex or Morphogen has one. Um, Number 10, last one. What is the role of sleep in fat loss? It helps to control cortisol, right? So also increases HGH output. So you have pulses of HGH, which helps to uh, repair the body and use fatty acids as a fuel source. So if we can release the fat from the fat cell, break it apart, and your body uses it to keep organs alive, to metabolize the food that you still have in your stomach, to repair muscle, to repair tendon, to repair ligaments, to repair your CNS. It uses all these things that your body's continually working and needing energy from somewhere. And at nighttime, HGH does a really good job of using stored fat as fuel, but you have to be able to get the body to release it, which means you do need to be in some sort of calorie deficit, either by reducing food or by putting yourself in a calorie deficit with exercise. Uh, and then it controls cortisol, less hormonal issues, less water retention. Your, your organs work better, ranging from your kidneys to your liver to your heart. Um, Helps to balance your sleep, also helps to balance out serotonin and dopamine. So your dopamine's not running wild and you're not kind of burning yourself on both ends. So yeah, that is the top 10 most asked questions about how to lose fat according to ChatGPT. That's it. That's going to be the video. Yeah, we'll see what ChatGPT says about other things like building muscle, improving gut health. I'll do a little bit of videos on these. I'm still waiting for uh, my results for my IGF sensitive, ultra sensitive estrogen and testosterone total and free. So when I get those in, I will share them. And that's it, guys.